Hey everyone, Lisa here with Flair. One of the things I'm doing right now is challenging myself to go outside of my comfort zone and do more live streams. And we just did a summit last week, which ended up working out really well. So you will be seeing more of these from me. One of the things I wanted to talk to you about is I keep getting a lot of questions about how you can get more traffic and leads, especially during COVID. So I wanted to share some tips that we have given to one of our clients. So I'm going to pull up a deck here, and walk you through 5 ways that you can get more traffic and leads. And these really apply to any kind of business and really in any kind of economy. So the first way, which you probably are pretty familiar with already, is by creating more content. But one thing that I want to emphasize here is that you really need to kind of start by focusing on content that you already have. So if you have content that exists already, like maybe a blog post that got really good responses, or a white paper or something else that you can just quickly repurpose into a different content type or format, I would start there. It's a lot easier than starting from scratch. You already know it's of interest to your audience, and it's actually kind of fun to think of different ways that you can repurpose things. So here are some examples that we've given to one of our clients. This is for Freestyle Solutions. They're a software company. They make inventory management software and order management system. And we had recommended a few months back that they create more guides and how-tos. And those are actually really important for Google and search right now. So if you can work how-to documents into your content, that would be great. Obviously, calls to action, that would also be considered content. So this could take the form of an image or a button or a link or whatever you want that CTA to be. You can optimize your existing website pages. So for example, if you have a new product and you don't have a web page about it, you should. If you see that a certain keyword is performing really well for you or for your competitors in search, you should definitely create or optimize website pages around that as well. Another thing that we recommended for this client is interactive content. So we created a quiz that people can get to on their homepage, and it's basically asking people if they're ready to upgrade their inventory management software. This particular client, Freestyle, their software is geared towards not just startups, but also companies that are really growing and really need a more serious inventory management system. So this quiz will walk people through questions about that. And then it'll give them one of 3 outcomes. So either, you're not quite ready, or you're not ready yet, but you will be soon, or you're absolutely ready right now. And then that's real helpful for both the person taking the quiz and also folks on Freestyle's side, so they can better understand who they can help. And then finally, the other one that you see here is infographics. Infographics are a great way to repurpose existing content. So they can be anything from a simple one to one that's very complex with statistics or graphics. But I would start simple, and again, kind of think about what you've got already. Listicles lend themselves very well to an infographic. So if you have a listicle blog post, top 5 ways to do XYZ, right away plan to turn that into an infographic, and then promote both of them and cross promote them. So if you have a blog post, you should be linking to the infographic in it. If you have an infographic, if you want to, you can put something on there about the blog post, but at a minimum, you should link back to your site. The next thing that we recommend to folks is that you implement a formal promotion plan. So for example, this one on the screen is for that interactive quiz that I just showed you. And we have a long list of things that we always do for our clients. It's got quite a few tasks on it beyond what you see here, but it's just very specific ways that you can promote key pieces of content. Now, I don't want anyone to get the impression that you need to do this for every single piece of content that you have. Just start by picking 1 per month. If you have the time and resources, pick 2 or 3 per month, and then move through, your checklist and figure out if you've really exploited every possible way to promote that particular piece of content. And I guarantee you'll probably think of some ways that you've never done before that you should be doing. And you can also reach out to us if you'd like a copy of this checklist. I'd be happy to provide it to you. The next thing is backlinks. So backlinks and referrals from other sites are really, really important. Obviously for SEO and Google, but also just to drive more traffic to your site. So you can see here, we ran a backlink gap for this particular client against 2 of their competitors. And in this particular month, they had more backlinks compared to their competitors. But backlinks are so important because it shows Google and other search engines that you are a trustworthy site. If you have a lot of good links coming into your site, that's kind of a signal to Google and to other people that that they can trust you and that you're offering something of value. Next, we have marketing, sales, and automation. And this is great because you can use automations or workflows to do all sorts of things related to not just marketing, but also sales. So for example, let's say you have some people who came to your site, went to your shopping cart, put some product, or started shopping on your site, put some stuff in their shopping cart, and then exited before checkout. You can segment those folks and put them into a very specific workflow and say, send them, 5, 6, 7 emails over the course of a month or 2, or, however long you want, trying to nurture them to get them back to your site to check out. So you could do it a couple of different ways. One way might be to say, oh, we noticed that you had our XYZ product in your cart. Did you know that the price is going up next week? There's so many things that you can do with automation, and it really helps you too because it allows you to work more efficiently, and it allows you to create something once and then have it keep working for you even when you're off, or if you're, let's say your resources shrink. You've got it set up and it's just kind of on autopilot. So you can do things like send out emails. You can do things like notify a salesperson, remind a salesperson to call somebody. And that's great for, let's say you've got a warm lead who's not quite ready yet. You want your salesperson to be kind of staying on their radar and either calling them, connecting with them on social, sending them helpful information, or whatever the case may be. So you can use automated workflows to do all of those things. And online reviews. So online reviews are also really important right now. Again, this is a really good signal to search engines that you are trustworthy, and also obviously to your customers and prospects. I don't know about you, but whenever I want to buy something, one of the very first things I do is Google reviews for that specific product or service. And if I'm comparing a company that has 0 reviews to a company that has even 10 reviews, I'm more likely to go with the one that has some reviews in there. And that's a very well-established fact. That is the way that most people behave online these days. So you want to start the process of getting some reviews on whichever platforms are most important to you. And that kind of depends on your industry. Google should be important to everybody. Facebook is usually important to almost everybody. There are also some niche review sites that are more important to certain industries than others. For example, restaurants would have reviews on a different platform than, let's say, a software company like this, who might be, want to get their reviews on something like G2 or some of the other software review sites. So I think that was 5. I'll throw in the 6th one just in case. Facebook and Facebook and LinkedIn ads are also a good way to get traffic and leads right now. We also sometimes do Google ads for our clients. Generally, if your budget is stretched thin and you don't have a lot of money to put towards it, you'd probably want to start out with Facebook or LinkedIn ads. Even just starting with a budget of $8 to $10 a day can really get you some good results. So make sure that you're testing. Don't do long-term tests. Just do 3 to 5 days at a time, maybe $8 to $10 a day on Facebook to start out. Assess, reevaluate, and then stop what's not working, and then keep going on what is working, and maybe even double down on it. So I think that was 5. Let's see, 1, 2. So hopefully that's helpful. Let me know if you have any questions about this, and feel free to reach out to us at www.flareinteractive.com if you'd like any help implementing any of these. Thanks, bye.